favorite batteries as a sub 250 person because lots of people got it wrong. They're flying 850s, 6S batteries. Now you're giving these it's defeating the purpose. You're giving these little drones too much weight, which is nice for momentum maybe, but that momentum is also going to break your drone. If you want a performance beast, okay, you need to be flying 650s. Oh, this is a 3S. You need to be flying 4S 650s, okay? Kodar is like my beater pack. I've been flying these for like a year or two, and like they're just solid batteries. They're not puffing. They take a beating. They break before they puff. These are solid, okay? The 4S 650 110 cell 110C Kodars, but they have a newer pack and it has kind of like rainbows and stars and whatever, so get that. The 4S 650. For our racing pack, we have the Dogcom 560s. The Dogcom 560s 150C. These are amazing batteries for races, and you get good flight time too. These things weigh 82 grams. These things weigh 56 grams. So there's new technology in these batteries. They're amazing. They do not sag. Now one of the big differences between these batteries, this is nice for like freestyle and just a solid pack. You can fly it down to like, let's say I'm going up a building. I take myself down to, let's say 3.4. On the way down, the battery's gonna recover. So they do start sagging a bit, but they're just a solid battery. They can sag a bit, they recover nicely. Fly down, usually I start landing around 3.6, but I know I can fly these down to 3.5, 3.4, and they're fine. When I started using these, I was kind of a little bit shocked and surprised because there's no voltage sag. Like, they don't sag at all. But then the thing is that when they drop, they don't recover. You could be going up a huge building with this, take it down to 3.4 or whatever, which you shouldn't really do, but okay, you know it's gonna recover. So then I'm flying this up, and I'm like, oh, it's all good, it's gonna recover. Guess what? It doesn't. It doesn't. It cost me a GoPro, but a lot worse could have happened. I learned a lesson. So I just want to teach you that lesson. That's a very important lesson to learn. We all make mistakes sometimes. Don't make this mistake. You have a really good battery, racing battery, high C, be careful. Especially when you use new stuff. When you use new stuff, don't trust your new stuff to behave like your old stuff. There's little quirks and different things. So learn from my mistake. Battery like this, the Dogcom 560 150C, that's my favorite race battery. Light, powerful. You still get the same amount of flight time as with this because you're saving all those grams. So that's the thing. People think you go to 650 and you're not gonna have as much flight time as with an 850. But with the 850, you get more flight time, but you don't get that. It's like you're slowed down. It's like you're wearing a backpack full of weights. Do you want to wear a backpack full of weights, or do you want to have a little fanny pack that you can still run in, right? But these are also expensive too. You got all that power. Go do the mission, get out. But when that battery hits 3.6, bring it home. Don't stay out and fly it down to 3.4. Because when this thing starts dying, it doesn't recover. It just no sag and then death. This thing takes a beating, sags, comes back, drops down to 3.5, go down, comes back to 3.8, go up, drop to 3.4, go down, comes to 3.6. I hope you understand that and that makes sense. We're going to be trying a new battery. This is kind of like something in between. So we have these are nice solid workhorsing batteries, and then this is like premium, and then now we have our budget in between. And I hope that these are as good as people are saying they are, because when I started with Ministar, I got a pile of cheap ones on AliExpress and they were terrible. But these, from what I see with the people that are using them, they say they're good, so I got to test them out. They're only 72 grams, or 10 grams lighter than the 4S 650s. So this will be the perfect battery for me if it just performs well. If these last a year and they perform well, this will be my new solid battery to take out Kodar. They're just good value. So I'll be selling these for $15 if they're good. I don't even sell the other ones because they're just mine and I use them. Okay, so here we are, we're doing a test flight. This is going to a customer. It's my first premium bind and fly. So we're doing our median here. Let's take it for a rip. We'll be nice and gentle. Just make sure how everything works. Then we can ship it off. These are the 1504 motors for the Discus. They're Unibel. They weigh a gram less than the old 1504s I used. They have a titanium shaft, and they have 9x9 mounting. So the wires line up with the frame. We designed new bumpers, so they give the frame a bit more protection underneath. Blue FPV for kind of inspiring that. Go check out Blue FPV. He flies the Discus more than me. Bleh. It's got some good videos. Okay, let's do this.
And welcome to the Talkie Talk. So right away I was like, oh, these motors are powerful, they feel good. But I'm just gonna tell you what's going down. I'm feeling it out, and it feels kind of okay, but it feels a little, the tune is good, everything's great, the motors feel a bit powerful. Like, maybe they're just amp hungry or something. But before taking off in beta flight, I saw that RPM filtering wasn't on, and I was lazy. I just took it out and flew it. And the battery the battery went out way quicker than it should have. We only flew for 2 minutes, and I've never had this kind of experience, even with the 560 dot-coms I was talking about. I'm getting 4 minutes easily, so it shouldn't be dying this quickly. And I went back home, put the RPM filtering on, and did that kind of stuff. And we're gonna take a look at that flight. Also, this is just a sketchy area. I took my daughter out for some Dairy Queen ice cream. I don't feel super comfortable going nuts because it's a new build. I don't want to break it. I don't want to crash. I don't want to lose pitch or anything. Also, I have a new VTX that I'm using in my build, and I haven't figured out the best way of installing and mounting and everything. It has some double-sided tape holding it, and it's not going anywhere. But I've just noticed these little black diagonal lines. You can see them, and it's so flyable and everything, but it's just, I don't really want to see those lines, so over time I'm gonna figure out how to make those go away, but I'm sure that I can with better, maybe wiring, adding some grounds, maybe, I don't know, there's a cap on it, so it should be good, but it's okay, it's acceptable, but we always want it to be a lot better.
No, I'm happy with it. We're just gonna throw some RPM filtering on it, and hopefully we'll get 4 minutes. Come on, give us 4 minutes. Oh, it's a good test because now we're gonna find out the difference RPM filtering makes. Okay? Because people think it doesn't make a big difference. It does, but we'll see. We'll see. Maybe I'm full of nonsense.
Here we are with the second flight, and I can just tell you right away, my goodness. It feels so much better. It feels so much smoother. I just have to tell you, so many people just say, just fly it. It doesn't matter what it flies like. Fly more, you'll get better. When a drone doesn't feel good, when it doesn't have a good tune, it's so much harder for you to become a better pilot. It's also hard when your picture's flickering like crazy. I'm in an area full of trees, so I don't know. When I go up, it's pretty clear. We're still seeing those little diagonal black lines, and I think we can figure out something to make that picture a little bit better. But the drone feels amazing. And spoiler alert, we get 4 minutes of flight time. So 4.25 minutes of flight time. And it's a 600 battery, so to me, anything 4 minutes, 5 minutes, I'm happy. I don't even really want to be up there that much longer. I like going ripping around, getting it done, and lots of the time I'm doing a dive or something, so once I'm done my dive, I get to do a few flips or something, I'm happy. I never really like it when it feels like I gotta keep flying it to kill the battery. I like to just go get a good rip done, and then when you change batteries, you get a little break in between, because FPV can give you a bit of a headache sometimes, right? But I like analog, and I feel good flying this. The VTX goes to 1.6, so I didn't really feel like blasting it, although now I think maybe I should have just blasted it to see if it made the picture better. But the drone performs very well. It feels very good. We're not getting like crazy shakes or anything. I also didn't want to push it too hard because I want to give this guy a brand new fresh drone. But you can see the way like when it turns and stuff, there's no hesitation. When you throw your 850 packs on your 3.5-inch drones or 3-inch drones and you watch the drone turn, you can see the weight from the battery kind of being lugged around. Whereas with this, you just point it where it wants to go and it goes there really nicely. We're flying at 30 degrees, so it's a nice kind of like mid. It's not super fast, it's not super slow. And I noticed that as soon as I wasn't like around the trees, as soon as I was kind of like in front of myself and up, the video looked really good. And even with the little bit of analog stuff that it does, it's flyable. I'm still testing a whole pile of things. I think that this is the VTX that I like. I ordered 20 of them, so hopefully we figure out what's going on with those little black spots. But the biggest thing is just having something that you can rely on that's not gonna die. So if it gets a little sketchy sometimes and you can fly through it, I feel a lot safer now flying something like this with analog than I do with HD0. I broke a GoPro 10. I broke 2 GoPro 10s. Once because of the battery, like I told you earlier, and then I broke another one because my HD0 rainbowed on me when I really don't think it should have. But I'd rather fly through analog sketch and know that I have video, and this is my favorite way to fly. So yeah, I made this video to show the guy getting it too, so that you'd see what the video looks like. So hopefully you're happy with the performance and everything, and it's just all gonna keep getting better. Thanks for tuning in. Don't forget to subscribe. Schmoochie schmoochie.